Hello everyone, welcome back to my FNAF series. I am doing just a short update video just to make sure that you all know I'm still working on this project. And what I wanted to show you here is that I've basically finished my Foxy model. I have, of course, if you saw the earlier videos, I've already unwrapped it, exported it out as an FBX file, brought it into Substance Painter, and I finally decided on the color scheme as well as just generally how this thing is going to look. So currently I am rendering this thing in, of course, iRay, which means it looks far better than anything you're going to see in the actual engine. So if we go to mode painting instead, this is kind of more of what you would end up seeing in terms of real-time graphics. So we've got an orange and sort of red scheme, and we've got gold as well as gray, palette for the most part. The general idea was to keep it somewhat subtle, somewhat not directly in your face, because obviously this is something that's supposed to come out of the shadows and attack you and just maul you to death. Now this kind of goes against the theme of his actual zone, because if you remember, the curtains and the stars and everything else like that is purple based on the actual original game. So I might have to go back now and change all that to sort of reestablish the color scheme for my particular creation. The idea is that subtle elements are the gold color, such as the teeth, the spine, the pistons inside of the engine that runs him, the spinal column, the muscles inside of the legs, and so forth. So you will get a very different picture from him from behind. So from behind, you can see he's very lit up. If you catch him from behind, you're going to be able to see a lot. So you're not going to mistake him from nothing. But from the front, there's a lot less to actually view and visualize. So if we go to our environmental settings, so let's go over here, we can choose the kind of environmental map that's going to be used. That's a green map. That's not a very good one. Let's see if we can get something that's a little bit darker. Here we go, Studio 3. So Studio 3 has some very highlighted lights, but what you'll notice is that, you know, he's a very dark character, and I think that's going to come across inside of the game. Now let's go to, let's see, I had a good one. Let's go to our render iRay really quick to see what he actually looks like if you were to ray trace him. And, you know, ray tracing is a big deal. NVIDIA just came out with their latest graphics cards, and they're promoting ray tracing with those. So that's something that I kind of need to think about nowadays. You know, how my character is going to look in terms of ray tracing in the environment. And, you know, really, I think it looks pretty good. And one thing you'll notice is that I've gone heavy on the occlusion, ambient occlusion factors. So if we get rid of them, for instance, the face and the rest of the body are much, much brighter. But I decided to double that over and blur it so that it's not nearly as bright. So everything is a lot more dark, dim, and just makes a heck of a lot more sense. Now let's zoom out really quick and let's see if we can't do, let's go to our environmental settings and just choose a different landscape. And we can kind of see what those are going to look like. And really, when we bring this into Unity, it's all going to depend on our environmental map, what gets reflected inside of the character. But going through these different environments inside of Substance Painter at least gives me an idea of kind of what I can expect based upon different environments. And, you know, I'm not going to set them outside. I'm not going to put them in a moonlight scenario, but at least it's something comparable to what we'll be looking at inside of the pizzeria. So anyway, very short video, but I did finish him off, and I very much like how he looks. I think the basically cut in half face is a really nice detail. It'll probably be pretty eerie. The black eyes do a lot of good. And the gold is really bright in some cases. So once we start to animate this character and have him actually start to move, it should make for some very interesting animations and visuals. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you all another time. Keep watching, and I'll have more to show. See you later. So long and good night.